Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to try to make a gun in 3ds Max. If you don't have 3ds Max, if you have a student email address you can get it for free. Go to the Autodesk website and put in your .edu email address and it'll let you download it. If you're not a student and you don't have a license for 3ds Max, it's actually quite expensive. I'm a student so I have it for free, but you probably won't. So if you want, you can follow along with this video and just see the workflow of how I'm creating the assets, and I'll let you download whatever I create. I'll put a link in the description so that you can download it. So you won't actually need to understand this process to make the game in Unity. I'd like to keep this fairly thorough so that you can see everything. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is find a reference image. If you're ever creating something, you should have some sort of reference image. So I'm not going to make one from scratch. I'm just going to find like Borderlands gun reference. And it would help to have a front, a side, and a back view. POV gun. I think something like this will work for now. So I'm just going to take this image, copy it. Let's just save it onto the desktop. And then within 3ds Max, in the front view, I'll create a plane. And I'll create a material. And we're just going to put that material onto this plane. And make sure that show shaded in viewport is selected. Show. Why isn't that showing up? There it goes. Okay, so sorry about that. This will be our reference for this gun. The player is only ever going to see it from the back, unless I decide to animate it, so this should be fairly straightforward. Close that. Let's create a cylinder. We can stretch that out. F4 to show wireframe. And this doesn't have to be perfect. Let's convert that to an editable poly. Go into polygon mode and just select. Whoops. What happened? Oh, there. Polygon mode. And I can just take these and extrude like that. Scale it down. Extrude to like there. Then maybe just take these, extrude, Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. Extrude that up. Take this piece, move it out. Okay, so now we can just grab these faces. Maybe. Grab these faces. Polygon mode. Oh my god. Polygon mode. Like that. Let's go into vertex mode. Drag these back. Drag these back. Really doesn't have to look like much for now. This is just a prototype. Okay, I think that's fine. That'll do as a prototype. Okay, so I'm going to save that onto the desktop. Gun prototype. Go back to Unity, and we're just going to drag that. Actually, the more correct thing to do would be to export this as an FBX. So we'll call this gun prototype again, .fbx, okay. And then drag that into Unity. And we can just go ahead and put that within a models folder. Models, gun prototype. And now if we drag that into our scene, I guess it kept the reference plane, which we don't want. So let's go back and delete that. Delete. Export desktop, gun prototype, yes. Okay. And delete, yes. Oh, that's weird. Let's export that again. Oh, it's down here. Okay, so it came out ridiculously huge because I wasn't worried about scaling it beforehand. So we can just fix that right now with this scale tool. Grab the middle box and scale down. And we want to make sure that shows up within our field of view. So our camera is right here. So we can just drag this onto the camera. And reset its position 0, 0, 0. So that put it directly on top of the camera, and then we can just sort of move it from there. There. And now that we can see it in the game, it's a little bit more clear sort of where we should put the detail. The player is never really going to see it from like this underside view. They're only going to see like a little bit of the top and then all of the back. So we want to put a lot of detail on this back part. But we're not going to worry about that in this video. So since I put the gun on the camera, see, you can see in the top left it says FPS controller, first person character, and then gun prototype. The reason first person character is indented and gun prototype is indented even further is because those objects have a parent-child relationship. Any children sort of like adopt the position and rotation of their parents. So that's why the gun is actually following the camera right now. You can see it sort of disappears into the floor. We can fix that later. But for now, we have a gun. It's in place. It moves around. I'll cut this video off here.